Mellow greetings, Tubians, Ronan T here, and let's fanfic Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town. Winter 13, Year 1, Thursday. Snowing. It was a lovely, average day today, journal. I did my chores, I gathered a ton of materials, I worked myself to the bone, and I mean that literally, ow. You know you've overdone it when even an hour in the hot springs doesn't make you feel better. Oh yeah, I spent an hour in the hot springs. That was also really nice. But yeah, it was a stunningly average day. I socialed, nothing happened, there were no fantastical moments. I managed to avoid Jennifer all day. I really need to stop doing that. That's not really fair to her, but I don't know what to do anymore, you know? And I like Jennifer, I don't like Jennifer, and she seems like a decent person, but, well, journal, between you and me, I think there's someone else who's stolen my heart. Hopefully they'll take good care of it, or maybe even give it back later. I'm not really sure. I've been thinking about talking to them, and I've got that whole preserved flower thing happening, but I don't think I'm ready yet. These are the things I think about and talk to myself about when I'm breaking rocks and killing stumps and delivering presents to the good boys and girls of Mineral Town. And but it was a peaceful day. Working in the snow was tiring and painful, and making my offering was, well, making my offering, as one does. I don't really have much else to say, and it's rare that I get a day where there's not much to talk about. I did visit him today. I will say that much, and honestly, it's probably what's got it in my mind is the fact that I got to see him, and you know, I went and visited the usual suspects. I saw Ellie, I saw Doc, I ran into Gray. I just did my usual trips around, and it was really nice. I am starting to worry about my money situation. I'm starting to get a bit light in the pocket, but so far we're maintaining expenses and staying fed, so we're better off than we were, at the start of the year. Spring feels like it was so long ago. I kind of almost strangely miss those times where it was a struggle to know where the next meal was coming from, and whilst I enjoy the comfort that I have now and I appreciate everything I've worked to build, I don't know, there was something in that time that was just that little bit realer. It was just that little bit more intense. And maybe that'll come back when I'm tending to crops again and spending all of my day watering fields instead of running around beating up rocks and stumps and twigs and whatever else I can find, but well, we'll see. We're almost halfway through winter now, and feeling pretty good about what we've achieved. Hopefully we'll be able to get the gear together to have this house upgraded before the season ends. Hopefully I'll find the courage to talk to him about, well, about things. But that was it for today. Just a nice, quiet, easy day. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, which will be a nice change of pace. I never thought I'd find myself missing the sun, but I do. And I'm going to turn in early. Good night, Journal.
While all of our patients have been willing to assist in my development in this area to some degree, I must note that there has often been a certain uneasiness in the air that my small talk may only exacerbate. Perhaps it will not improve spirits as Ellie had suggested in some highly specific situations. Thinking of which, note to self, order new gloves. I should note that there are two people who have stayed by my side through these tribulations beyond all others, namely Ellie and Brenna. Both of them have been nothing but supportive and generous with their time, despite the fact that Brenna runs an entire farm single-handedly, and Ellie's own spirits have been flagging since her recent home troubles. Indeed, Brenna even remains the only participant for my pharmaceutical experiments that came back for a second sample. These two young women have put aside their own issues to help me endlessly, and I do not know if I take the time to thank them nearly as much as I should. I will make a point of doing it next time I see either of them. Ellie will be easy to come across at the clinic tomorrow, but I suppose I shall have to wait until Brenna does one of her pop-ins. Between the rarity of serious injuries in this small town and the friends I have made, I truly am blessed. Perhaps this is why my heart accelerates each time I see one friend in particular, as though I were undertaking some cardio at my desk. It doesn't match anything I've seen in the textbooks, but I'm nothing if not eager to discover more about the sensation. Perhaps it will be worth writing an article about myself. I will have my impact on medical history, yes.
Winter 14, Year 1, Friday. Sunny. Happy Valentine's Day, Journal. I'd forgotten about this holiday, I'll be honest, and a surprising number of people showed up to the farm throughout the day to give me chocolate. I hadn't realised I'd impressed that many folk. But I guess I should report the normal. I took care of the critters. All of the chickens are laying now. I'm not sure if I've made a note of that. They're all grown up and laying, so that's always good. Potpourri surprised me very early in the day and gave me chocolate. And you know how I was saying yesterday that it had been a nice, quiet, peaceful, average everyday day, and that was fantastic? Yeah, today wasn't. For starters, every couple of hours I had somebody show up, so Potpourri was first, and then Ran dropped by to also give me chocolate. And given the nature of the day and the fact that it's Valentine's Day, I thought I should spend some time with everybody when they showed up. So after Ran, it was Ellie, and that reminded me that I needed to run up to the clinic. I wanted to give Doc some chocolate. But when I got there, Ellie had miraculously made it back. Seriously, I need to know what sort of teleporters exist in this town and why nobody is sharing their locations with me. It's amazing how quickly they move. But Ellie greeted me at the clinic and called me over and told me that she was a bit worried about our good doctor. Apparently, he was a little bit, well, distracted. I think that'd be a good way to say it. Yeah, distracted. So I went and I talked to him, and he's worried about his interactions with his patients and the fact that they seem to find him a little bit standoffish. So I talked to him about that and said, maybe you should be a little bit more open with yourself and with everybody around you and oh, he's so beautiful when he's worried. And when you say something nice to him, he gets this amazing little blush going, and it's just, oh, those eyes. I ended up giving him some chocolate too, and he started showing that he was worried about me. I'm not sure if that's because of the talk that we had, or if it's because he was worried about me. And maybe there's a chance. And after that, I dropped into the grocery store because I wanted to pick up a few things and interrupted another moment. It looked like Karen was being gifted some wine. Apparently Jeff had it made for her when she was born, and Duke said it was ready now, and of course it's Karen, so she wanted to drink it as soon as she could, and well, she asked me to help her. I hoped that she didn't mean with the drinking. Turns out she just wanted me to carry stuff, which was great. And so there was like 3 cases. She's she's gonna have one heck of a headache. And Jeff hadn't said how many cases there were. We just thought it'd be a couple of bottles, but yeah. Jeff has a way of being absolutely over the top. So yeah, 3 cases of wine named Karen. She very, very kindly shared a bottle with me, or gave me a bottle more appropriately. When I left, she was uncorking one and planning a bath. I'm not sure it's safe for her to be drinking in a bath like that, but if that's what makes her happy, that's what makes her happy. And we're cool with that, we're down with that. And she just seems so bright and lively, and I haven't seen her look like that for a while, and it was really good to experience. But after yesterday's quiet, peaceful relaxation, having run into this many people today, even if half of them are bringing me chocolate, was a job of work. It really, really was. It. After that, I just did some cooking, did my usual rounds, broke some stuff up. Who else showed up? Marie dropped by and gave me some chocolate. And after that, I think Jennifer showed up. I made my offering. I broke up some stumps and rocks. And then I decided I'd had enough of today, and now here I am. It's going to be a big snowstorm tomorrow, so at least I'll be safe from people for a while. That'll be great. And yeah, it was a busy one. I really hadn't realised that I'd made that much of an impact on so many of the women in town. Apparently, throwing chocolate, grapes, and eggs at them really is the way to go. And he was worried about me, Journal. Maybe I can. I'm just gonna let that percolate for a while. I think, yeah. I'm just gonna let that be. Stormy tomorrow, Journal. Good night. He was worried.
This is a happy place. Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my wine. It even has my name on it. And it tastes so dreamy. Lucky that Brenna came by. You know, she is such a good, reliable friend. Not like that filthy, chicken-chasing, cracked egg. Nope. We're not thinking about him. Brenna. Yeah, Brenna. She came with me to Duke's to help pick up my wine. Turns out Daddy ordered 3 cases. I gave a bottle to Bren to say thanks for helping me tote it all the way over here. She's just really good peoples. She's just always there, you know? Maybe I could talk to her about the incident with egg for brains. Nah, I actually don't think she'd want to hear about that stuff. But then again, Ran is too chatty, and Marie would turn it into a part of the super secret book that everyone knows that nobody knows she's writing. And Jennifer is a loon and would tell about energies and nonsense, and Brenna's really the only one in town with shoulders on her head. I'm just going to forget about it. Why waste energy thinking about that crap when there's such a fine wine to be enjoyed, and it's all mine. For me. It tastes like the color of his blushes. So sweet and a little hint of heat. Cheers to Karen. Her future is filled with tastiness flavor, tasty flavor.